Hi everyone, welcome back to Hope and Coffee, where we talk about random things that I find on the internet that I just find so funny or intriguing or interesting or what have you. And I just actually finished my coffee, so I'm going to leave Mugsley over here under the little coffee sign because usually I have coffee with me. I just consumed it all, and I will probably have to be going to do a workout after this to just burn off all the coffee that I just drank, which is fine. However, I ran across this article earlier today and I thought it was quite humorous, and I wanted to share it with you guys to see what you guys thought. And now I have traveled internationally only about 3 times. Now I know that's not a lot. I know a lot of people have traveled a lot more than that. Totally fine. Just really have not had the the financial opportunity to be able to do more. But I hope I can in the future. But this particular article was about telltale signs that someone is an American traveling. And this came from different parts of the world and how they can tell when someone is an American who is traveling. And if you are not American, I would love if you would leave a comment down below if some of these sound familiar about Americans. And if you are American, do you feel like you do these things if you travel internationally? Or would you do these things if you travel internationally? So let's get started. Okay, so one of the ways is that we are stereotypically friendly Americans. And I saw a couple of different things on this particular article that said that we will either say hello quite frequently, whether someone actually looks at us or not. We will maintain eye contact with a stranger. We will smile and look happy. And so these are just some of those stereotypical friendly American things that tend to stand out to someone that is not American. We have apparently a look. We are just happy to be there. So I thought that was kind of funny. And also someone said the way we say hello. We say it in such a way that we don't often interpret it as the way we say hello, and the way maybe even another country says their version of hello is not always the same, but we infer that it's said pretty similarly, and then of course we call ourselves out for that. We always feel the need, we don't always, but we feel the need to tip, even in countries where tipping is not part of the culture, like at all times, because it is so much, is so common here in the United States. We go overseas, we travel, and then we still feel the need to continue to tip. We often walk the wrong directions on sidewalks. We ask how people are doing, how their day is, and how they're doing. When someone asks us where we're from, we don't just say America, we actually say the state and or town, which to someone overseas doesn't really make a lot of sense. So if someone if someone in, let's just say, Italy says, hey, where are you from? And we say America, okay, great, America. But then we say Utah, they might not know where Utah is. So that's just kind of or if we even specify it down even further to Sacramento, that's even more I know Sacramento's not in Utah, guys. I know that. I'm just being a little more going from broad to narrowing it down. Anyway, Americans ask for ice in their water. That is not often a common thing over there. When I say over there, I really, really should just generally mean worldwide. Now, perhaps in some parts of the world, other people use ice, but I guess globally it is not as common as it is here in the United States. Smiling and looking happy while most others look neutral or unhappy was a comment that was made. Americans often ask, "What do you do?" such as for a living. Apparently, it's not taboo, but it's just not something that comes up in conversations in a lot of other cultures or countries. Um, Americans will often drive from one shop to another when walking is available, especially even if it's short distances. So I have found that. I personally walked my entire way around Paris, loved it. Just used, I don't even think I even grabbed an Uber or a taxi even once when I was there. And I went all over that city. And I think I just used the metro. I used the metro and I used walking. I used my feet, which was phenomenal. I loved it so much. Let's see. Eye contact with strangers, mentioned that. They eat while walking, so that was something else that we do. So Americans will often take their food to go and eat it while they're walking, especially things like bagels or muffins or things of that nature, where it is very uncommon in other countries and cultures to eat while walking. Also, to go coffees are not as common. Most other countries enjoy sitting and enjoying and then continuing their journey. Now, I did do that while I was in Paris, and I think next time I go, I will probably be more cognizant of that, of sitting and enjoying my coffee before continuing my journey. But I am now aware of that, and I think I will partake of the sitting and enjoying before continuing on my way. We are amazed at the age of things because so many things here in the United States are not very old, and things in other parts of the world are substantially older, and we are often amazed by that. We often eat sweet pastries for breakfast, whereas in a lot of other cultures and countries, they tend to use that as midday snacks or lunch, and their breakfasts tend to be savory. And we tend to talk about how long it takes in miles and instead of distance, we tend to talk about how long it takes in minutes versus distance. So those were a couple of things that these people said would kind of tend to signal that you are an American if you are traveling internationally. I wonder if you've done any of those things. I feel like I definitely have done the eating while walking, and I've definitely done the to-go coffees. One of the other funny things was that there is the claiming the 1/8 and 1/16 heritage of like various cultures, like saying, oh yeah, my great-great-grandmother is this, my great-great-grandfather is this, oh yeah, so other countries overseas don't really care. They simply don't really acknowledge that. So that was a telltale sign for them. But also, Americans tend to wear a lot of running shoes and tennis shoes when we walk around. So those were a couple other things that they said they notice, because in most countries and cultures, they don't do that sort of thing. They wear comfortable shoes such as loafers, but not tennis shoes, only to the gym really, but not to just walk around like that sort of thing. But anyway, I'd love to know what you think. I just thought it was a really funny article, and like I said, I do feel as though I kind of have done a few of those things, especially traveling. I feel like in the Philippines especially, I know I wore tennis shoes, but I kind of thought that was okay in the Philippines. I don't really know. May have worn a lot of flip-flops over there too. I don't know how they feel about flip-flops. I feel like sandals is probably okay in a beach environment, right? Anyway, let me know your comments down below. Like and subscribe if you've made it this far, and tell me where you've traveled. I would love to know your favorite place to travel, where you have been, or where you just love to go. And I will see you guys on the next page. Have a great one. Bye.